Karibu Homesport kwa taarifa za kimichezo. Pia usisahau kusubscribe na kushare na kucomment kwenye channel yetu. Asante.
Sioni kama ni changamoto sana. Issue ni nani ataenda kutumia nafasi.
Mimi nilikuwa nataka tuangalie takwimu zake.
Takwimu zake ndio.
Na tuziangalie pia kwa kuzipa muktadha.
Sawa.
Sio tunazisoma tu hivi katika njia ambayo mtu huwezi kuelewa.
Ndio.
Kwenye eneo la chances created msimu uliopita, mchezaji aliyetengeneza nafasi nyingi kuliko wachezaji wote kwenye PSL alikuwa ni Relehobile Mofokeng. Alitengeneza nafasi 91, alishika nafasi ya kwanza. Mchezaji ukiingia kwenye top 5 ya takwimu kama hii, maana yake wewe ni mchezaji bora, sio? Keletso Makgalwa yeye alishika nafasi ya 5 kwenye hii takwimu.
Okay,
alikuwa na nafasi ya 44 ambazo alizitengeneza, na wachezaji waliokuwa mbele yake watatu wanatoka kwenye timu iliyotoa ubingwa ambao ni Rele Mofokeng, Oswina Police pamoja na Dion Hoto.
Ndio.
Na mchezaji mwingine ni Sianda Ndlovu ambaye amesajiliwa Mamelodi Sundowns. Alikuwa anacheza Lamontville Golden Arrows ambako ametoka coach Manqoba huyu.
Ndio.
Kwa hiyo kwenye takwimu kama hii amerub shoulders na wachezaji kama Rele Mofokeng, Oswina Police, mabingwa Sianda Ndlovu ambaye amekwenda Sundowns. Kwa hiyo he is a top player kwa kigezo cha takwimu hii moja tu. Tukiendelea mbele kwenye big chances created, wa kwanza alikuwa Rele Mofokeng ana 15, Oswina Police ana 13. Huyu Keletso Makgalwa kwenye hii takwimu alikuwa wa 8. Okay. Tofauti yake na Mofokeng ni nafasi 6. Sababu Mofokeng ana 15, yeye ana 9.
Ndio. Na
tofauti yao kwenye assist ni 2. Rele Mofokeng ana assist 8, huyu Makgalwa ana assist 6.
Ndio.
Rele Mofokeng amekwenda USG ya Belgium. Sawa. Tukija kwenye takwimu kwa mfano ya kwenye eneo la assists.
Ndio.
Kwenye eneo la assists kwenye ligi nzima
ana assist 6.
Ana assist 6 na kwenye ligi alikuwa anashika nafasi ya 6 kwenye hilo eneo. Mofokeng alikuwa wa kwanza, yeye na Dion Hoto walitai wakiwa na 8. Devin Titus alikuwa na 7, Sianda Ndlovu alikuwa na 6 kama Oswina Police. Kwa hiyo amekuwa na assist, maana yake unaweza ukasema assist 6 ni chache. Lakini tofauti yake na aliongoza ni 2. Na one of the best players ambao anacheza mpaka Bafana na alikuwa rumored kwamba anaweza kujoin mojawapo ya klabu kubwa ni Oswina Police. Amemaliza naye na assist sawa. Sawa. Sianda Ndlovu, another top player ambaye amesajiliwa na Sundowns kama mchezaji wao mpya, naye ana assist hizo 6. Kwa hiyo kwa mujibu wa takwimu na nafasi aliyoshika na watu ambao amekuwa ana rub shoulders nao kwenye hayo maeneo, is a top player.
Yes, ngoja tuungane hapa na Dube. Yes.
Afu mtu anaulizaje swali kwamba wachambuzi je ni sahihi kuvaa miwani?
Anauliza. Dube, good morning brother.
Habari za asubuhi.
Habari za asubuhi ni nzuri, habari za huko?
Uko poa?
Niko poa. Afrika Kusini ya mjambo?
Mimi niko fresh.
Oh, safi sana Dube. Okay, Dube, we are discussing this winger Keletso Makgalwa from Sekhukhune. The man is red. We need to hear more about him. Is he capable to compete in Tanzanian Premier League?
Absolutely, man. I mean, this boy was developed at Mamelodi Sundowns, you know. Pitso Msimane promoted him to the first team, you know.
Yes.
I mean, that already tells you the caliber of players. You've seen the caliber of players that have come out of that club. He was in the same group with the likes of, or maybe just behind the likes of Pesitao, you know. So he's a top player, very good player, good mentality. Let me tell you a story. This boy, one time, he was playing, he was loaned out, you know, because the Sundowns, there were too many good players, so that he couldn't make it. So he had many loans, you know, to different, you know, clubs, small clubs. He went to a club called All Stars. He went to Maritzburg. He went to Morocco Swallows. And then One time he then decided he was going to go to a club called Uppington City in Northern Cape. That's like maybe 800 kilometers from where he stays. And when he went to that town, I'm told that he left his car behind. He was like, no, I'm going to work there. I'm going to focus. He went there, and I remember that season he scored 12 goals. In the following season, Sekhukhune, 12 goals, I think, and maybe 10 assists. The following season, Sekhukhune United signed him. Went into Sekhukhune, became one of their key players. In 66 games, he scored 6 goals and 20 assists. I think that's a good return for a winger. Can play on either wing. He's got pace, brave. He can take on players. You know, he's got his final product is really good. You know, so he's very creative. In a team like Simba, I think he's going to create a lot of goals, and he's going to score a lot of goals for Simba.
But Dube, in a modern football, even a wingers also they are scorers, is it? But if you see his statistic is just a winger to create more chances than scoring a goals.
Look, you must understand the South African Premier Soccer League is a very difficult league. It's not an easy league. It's a very competitive league. In terms of competitiveness, I mean, obviously higher than Tanzania. And if you go back and look at wingers, not just this boy, just across, even Sundowns wingers, and just look at the numbers, then you should be able to see that this is a very competitive player. Also consider the team that he plays for. He plays for Sekhukhune United. And he's not going to get a lot of chances in that team. He's not going to get a lot of assists, obviously because of the quality of players that he plays around. But in a team like Simba, where the team creates a lot of chances, he's playing around high quality players, is definitely going to score a lot of goals. But also I think the fact that Steve Barker, I mean, you spoke to me when Steve Barker came to Tanzania, and I told you that they've signed a top coach. He knows exactly what he will get from Keletso, so he knows exactly how he'll use him. So I have no doubt that he's going to score a lot of goals, and he's going to be a success in Tanzania.
People expecting that if you are a top player, especially you are playing in South African League, sometimes you must be maybe in these 3 top clubs like Mamelodi, maybe Kaizer Chiefs, but the player, it seems like he was in a middle club, not in these top clubs in South Africa.
So, this boy, like I told you, he came through Mamelodi Sundowns. He's actually played for the senior team of Mamelodi Sundowns under Peter Msimani. But you look at the quality of, I mean, Sundowns on any season, they've got 40.
For how long he stayed in Mamelodi?
So he came through their development. So he would have been there for maybe when he was a kid, man, from about the age of 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, until about probably, I think he left Sundowns, must have been 2021. So
okay.
He probably was there for maybe 6 years or so. Of course, some of them in the youth setup. But Sundowns is a very difficult team to break into. So when you leave Sundowns, you obviously have to find yourself elsewhere. He's done that. He went to Sekhukhune. For many, I mean, even right now, Kaizer Chiefs fans are crying, you know. They're saying, but why is this player going to Tanzania when we want him, you know? They want him at Kaizer Chiefs. But obviously, you know, local clubs some of these clubs don't do business together because they don't want to strengthen an opponent. If Keletso goes to a Kaizer Chiefs, he transforms them. You know, he changes how they play. That's for sure. So the fact that he's not in one of the top 3 teams is not an issue of his quality, but it's also an issue of his club not wanting to sell him to these clubs. Let me put this into perspective. So if a Kaizer Chiefs goes to Sekhukhune to sign him, they are asking them to pay $550,000, $600,000 US. But when a Simba comes, the fee is a bit different, you know, because they're not afraid that they're giving their player to a team that is going to hurt them in the league. So it's a bit difficult for these teams to do business, you know, together. So Keletso could easily be playing for a Kaizer Chiefs and you know, I mean, he's also played in the national team. He's played in the youth national team, so his quality is not to be questioned.
Okay, Dube. Lastly, now our Tanzanian football is welcoming most of the South African athletes. How can we describe this? What does this reflect in our Tanzanian football at all?
Look, I mean, Tanzanian game is obviously a league that is growing. It's a league of interest to a lot of South Africans, you know, for a number of reasons. Steve Parker goes to Simba because of Champions League. He wants to compete in that space. Keletso goes there because he's leaving Sekhukhune, who are not playing. I mean, they finished 5th last season. He's going to a club that's going to play in the Champions League, you know. Yeah. Manqoba Mngqithi has made it clear that going to young Africans, he actually wants to compete in the Champions League and he wants to see how far he can take a team here, Wananchi, you know, in the Champions League. So I think those are the elements that are very important, but the game is growing. They're also able to earn competitive salaries, you know, in that league, which is a good thing. So it's quite exciting for us just to see, and a lot of South Africans are going to be following the league after these moves.
And do you see any achievement in the future?
Do I see any achievement from
Champions Leagues? I mean,
for
Tanzanians
100%
clubs. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, I think good coaching transforms teams. You can see what Steve Parker has done to this Simba team. You know, I mean, Fadlu Davids rebuilt it. You know, left it at a certain point. Steve Parker comes in and he takes it to the next level. I don't think Steve Parker lost the game, did he, when he took over? So I think you can see there's confidence in the team. You know, there's progress in terms of the project. They're going to be competitive in the African competitions, but also the fact that they're able to attract different kinds of players. You know, players have confidence in them. So I see, you know, Tanzanian teams also just taking that step further. I mean, there was a season where both Simba and Yanga, I think, got into the quarterfinals of I think the last 8 of CAF, you know. So there is progress, and I think it's gonna even get better.
Okay, amazing. Dube, my colleague has a question to you.
Hello, Dube. How are you? Doing great. How about you?
Good man.
Yes, I have one question to you, brother. Mm-hmm. Is it true Keletso turning down Young and choose Simba?
Look, I think Simba were first to approach Sekhukhune. Steve Parker was obviously first to approach Keletso. And I think by the time Yanga entered the picture, there was an agreement between the two clubs, you know. So I wouldn't say he turned them down per se, but they were also interested. But the difference is that they came a bit late when Simba had already an agreement with Sekhukhune United over the services of the player.
Okay.
Dube, thank you very much, brother, for your time, and we wish you all the best. Asante sana.
All right. Asante.
Okay, asante sana. Kamanda, huyu ni mchezaji ambaye kwa kumsikiliza hapa mwenzetu kutoka Afrika Kusini pale, amelelewa kwenye soka kabisa pale Mamelodi na kocha mwenyewe Pitso, na kumbe ni mchezaji ambaye amepitia mazingira yote ya ukuaji wa kimpira.
Kwa mujibu wa maelezo yake ni miaka 6
pale Mamelodi pale.
Hii lakini si haikuwa mpaka aseme Dube. Ingekuwa rahisi tu kwa kuangalia profile yake hata kwenye Wikipedia. Ni mchezaji ambaye amepita kwenye academy ya Sundowns na alikuwa rated sana. Unajua, kwa bahati mbaya kuna maoni ya watu wengi wakati usajili kama huu ukifanyika, yanakuwa ni kwa kumshusha huyo mchezaji, labda kwa sababu maybe kwa sababu ya utani ule wa Simba na Yanga. Lakini is a good player. Ukiangalia namba, takwimu, ukiangalia achievements ambazo amekuwa nazo pale Sundowns. Kuna swali ambalo ulimuuliza Dube, na kabla hajamaliza kuuliza ongeza swali lingine, kwa hiyo hakupata nafasi ya kujibu. Alikuwa anaelekea kusema kwamba Sundowns ni sehemu ngumu ku break through. Ni sehemu ambayo yani at any given moment Sundowns kuna wachezaji 40 ambao mchezaji yoyote pale anaweza kuja kukiwasha. Ukipita kwa mfano kwenye peji za Sundowns leo ama jana, utaona kuna magolikipa wawili wamerudi, walikuwa kwa mkopo, Ismail Watenga pamoja na Ricardo Goss. Ni magolikipa. Ricardo Goss, imagine, ni golikipa namba 2 wa Bafana, lakini hapati nafasi pale Mamelodi Sundowns kwa sababu tayari kuna mtu kama Dennis Onyango ambaye ni kipa namba 3 sasa hivi. Kuna Riyad Peterson ambaye ni kipa namba 2 na kipao namba 1 Ronwen Williams. Kwa hiyo mchezaji kuondoka Mamelodi Sundowns haimaanishi kwamba ni mchezaji